Hey, yo, what's up, everyone? It's your boy Carl back at it again. New video, same grind. You already know. I hope y'all doing well on this Friday afternoon. Ready to go to art because, like always, I'm ready. Well, for me, it's Monday morning, and yeah, recording it is like always. You already know. So, yeah, today is gonna be somewhat different to what we usually do on the pre animation school training art. Man, I keep forgetting what is the title of my series every time. But yeah, so today we're gonna do something different, and I'm still doing the usual practice that we're doing. It's just that to Monday's practice, what I should do is the thing that I already recorded last in the previous training video, which was doing the contour. Like doing the contour and cross contour. Except that today, what I will do, instead of focusing on tracing volumes, like I did on the previous episode. That was the previous episode actually. So yeah, last week we did this, right? So instead of doing this, I will just do the contour, the outside of the objects of the anatomy that I would study for today, the tracing. And I thought, you know what? Since this practice is just mainly for contour and the outside, the outlines of the object, and last week we did the outlines plus the cross control, I don't see any needs to record this part here. It's because it's going to be repetitive. So I decided to skip for today, but I did it myself. I did it by myself on before I record this video. But instead, we're going to focus more on the creative aspect of today's practice, which is every Monday for block 2 of the training that I made for myself. I will do a character sketch, where I will apply everything that I learned from the previous practice, which is this practice here: the contour, the shape, the forms, and also all the practice I've done the past few days, the past weeks, where I did the foreshortening, the dynamic poses, the gestures, and all this stuff. Putting everything that you learn into a character sketch. And usually I don't really finish those. I just do a sketch, I draw the character, and if I like it, I will finish it. I can show you guys the one I did last week. I'll put it there on the screen on the edit. It was the illustration I had done last week. Well, I did it 2 weeks prior, but I finished it last week. And I had someone in Discord giving me some advice that I will apply it as well for today. And for today, you guys already see it on the thumbnail of the video, that I'll be drawing today Mario illustration. Because it just happened that today on March 10th is Mario Day. So I was like, you know what, let me do a Mario illustration, even though I already did one yesterday at work. I also put it on the Discord on the edit. I shared it on Discord. I did on my tablet. It was the first time that I did quote unquote elaborated sketch with colors and all this stuff on my tablet, because I'm not comfortable drawing on my tablet for some reason. Like, I thought it would be the same experience as if I was drawing on my PC, with my XP pen and all this stuff, but it's really different. It's a different experience. I had to get used to drawing it, so I decided, you know what, let me use my 12-hour shift where I almost do nothing, to practice on drawing my tablet. So I do a couple sketches of Nintendo characters, and yeah, I really had fun, and I'm gonna keep practicing during the weekends so I can get better at drawing with my tablet. And also, it will open me doors to practice outside of the comfort of my house. I can, especially summer is coming. Spring is coming first, then summer. I can go outside and draw from real life. Drawing nature to people and stuff. Skills, things that we need to practice as an animator if you want to be able to communicate the legitimacy of a movement or the nature or the background or anything. Just have a strong image bank in your mind. So yeah, so today I'm gonna draw a Mario illustration, a Mario sketch. I'll see if I'm gonna fully commit to full illustration. If not for the video, I will just do it like a time lapse while post recording this video. But we'll see. For now, I just want to apply everything that I learned and make it as good as I can with the things that I practiced for the past few weeks and the past few months. And so for the illustration for the Mario, I had an idea of drawing Mario with the cape superpower. and I'll draw him in the style of the Mario and Luigi series, so meaning that you will have the black dot eyes, the black M. Well, that was in the Game Boy, but I think the most recent Mario and Luigi series, they actually put the M and the L of Mario and Luigi with the actual color of the character. But I'll start with the traditional Game Boy version, because this is my favorite Mario and Luigi game, Mario Luigi Superstar Saga. And that was my first my introduction to the Mario Luigi series. Well, I guess that's pretty much everyone, because it was the first game of its kind, the Mario Luigi series. So yeah, so that's the thing. And my goal here is to do something that has a foreshortening and that is dynamic, you know. So I got an idea in mind. I'm gonna thumbnail it and see if I can execute on it. So I'll go with the first idea that I had in mind. You know what? I'll record the time lapse for this, because we never know. I might, if I'm not finishing it on video, I'm just gonna finish it off video. Since like you're not gonna see me drawing on video, you're just gonna see a time lapse from beginning to end. But you get what I mean. So yeah, and also, like, I always take your pen, paper, tablet, whatever you need to draw. Let's grind the art together. You know, those videos are there for you to grind with me, and also just to record my journey as I'm trying to get better as an artist, trying to get that professional level of skills as an artist. So let's get to it. So my first idea. So I'm gonna start with the thing that's gonna be from the camera. So also, I'm gonna get a bit inspired by Super Mario Bros. Z for this illustration. Because I just got this image in my head. Why is it white? I need black. I got this image in my head that I'm imagining. So this is just a thumbnail. So it's gonna be the hand, gonna be in front of the camera. Then gonna be the elbow, shoulder. We're gonna have Mario's head like this. And why is it so light? Is it normal? Oh, it's because I'm drawing at 6. Okay, that's why. The size of my pen was really small. I was like, yo, why is it so light? I know I'm not pressing on the canvas that hard, but that's supposed to be that light. So yeah. And for reference, I got the reference in front of me right now. I'm just gonna. So I got 2 references. I got the. I'm gonna put them on the video edit if I don't delete them from my computer before I did this video. I got a reference of Mario movement when he does the cape thing, and also the design of the Mario Luigi series. Well, those are the most modern ones. Like I said, I'm gonna go with the Game Boy palette. Well, palette. It's just, you know, like the black M instead of the red M and all this stuff. You know? So yeah. Okay. So Mario body is really rounded. That round body, and I'm gonna make a gesture like that. So I'm gonna have the leg going that way. We're gonna have one leg lifting like that, right? And the other arm, if I'm doing this, I'm gonna have one arm going backwards like that. No, backwards there. This is the idea that I have in mind. And also, shout out to a member of my Discord, Kenny Virus, who helped me for my previous sketch, where he gave me advice about the sketch that I did. I did a first version. The one that I showed you guys earlier in the edit is the second version of it. The first version was the same idea, but it's just that the character looked stiff and the pose looked like the pose wasn't totally wrong, but it could have been better. And the reason why is just a shift of mindset. That's why it made the illusion look better on the second version. And it's really silly because, you know, it's a simple mindset shift, but it's just that we don't tend to think like that when we draw. Mostly people, when they draw a pose, they always think about how to draw the body in this pose, you know, but they don't think about how the body move in this pose, like how each body part is gonna move depending on the pose, right? And when I start thinking like that, I'm like, oh, okay, now I'm thinking more of the acting instead of thinking on how to technically draw the body, because most of us that practice the fundamentals, their anatomy, their perspective, foreshortening, all this stuff, you have a certain knowledge of how to draw the body, which is, like, it doesn't have to be like the Kim Jong-il level anatomy, but you have a decent understanding, a decent knowledge of how to draw the body, and you can draw decently the human body, But at some point, you need to stop thinking about how to draw the body, but thinking of how to draw the movement of the body doing a certain pose, It's two different way of thinking, because when you think about how to draw the body, you focus on how to make it look good instead of thinking of the action or the movement of the body. And taking like that helped me did the second version that I showed you guys earlier on the video. And and now this is what I'm taking right now. And when I'm doing the gesture, this is where I'm thinking about, okay, how the body will move in this if I'm doing this movement, with how the body will compose itself, like, oh, will it curve that way, will the legs be in a certain position to balance the body, or all this stuff, So here the Mario is gonna be floating, he's not gonna be on the ground, so you're gonna have to balance the way his legs move, because even though we humans don't float, we don't fly, but yeah, you're still gonna try to use your legs, because this is where this is how you tend to balance your body. Also your arms as well, your arms and legs to help you to balance your body, try to find try to stabilize itself. So you have to think about how it moves. Just without reference for the pose. I'm really doing it with imagination, but I got references on how to draw Mario and all his in what he looks like when he got the cape, of course. I really try to push myself to draw from imagination, because I want to see if I'm able to build stuff with all the fundamentals I study, because I think, in my opinion, when you study fundamentals, you study them in order to learn how to build stuff without necessarily having a reference. Having reference is good, but you don't want to be heavily reliant on it. Like, you don't want to have a reference for every single thing that you're gonna draw. At some point, you want to be able to build stuff by yourself. It's like you have a Lego set, and then the Lego set that you buy show you how to build the stuff, right? But eventually, at some point, I was doing this with my Legos. Most of the time, I didn't build what the Lego set told me to build. I would just build my own shit. Sometimes it didn't make sense. Sometimes it was a cool thing, or if I was imaginative enough, I can say, oh yeah, this is something else, even though it's not supposed to be that, So you get what I mean? So you build your own shit with the set that you have, with the set that you studied. So yeah, that's how I want to approach my. That's how I approach my. My fundamentals. My fundamentals is just the set of things that they show me how to build stuff. And then after that, I'm using the same set to build other stuff. Yeah. Just that a variation of the pose in my head. I want to try. I'm gonna go with the first one I had in mind. I guess the first one works more because I worked it in my mind a lot before I went to sleep last night. Because I've been thinking about the illustration I want to make for today's video a lot since yesterday. And I think it works better because I've been working on it, like not the composition, but the pose and how the body moves and all this stuff. So yeah, but I'm gonna make it a bit more dramatic for sure. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna work this out with. No, that's not the base. That's a thumbnail. I'm gonna work this out with actual base forms, because I think with the base form I'm gonna really capture the perspective better. So I'm gonna make this part as a time lapse just to build the body, and you're gonna see the process of it. It's nothing new. You see me breaking down bodies, multiple times. So I'm gonna apply the same thing, but for my own illustration. So yeah, we'll be right back. All right, so this should be it for the time lapse, and all right, so like I thought, you know, it became more easier once I decided to play with actual forms to establish my perspective, and also when I draw the fist, it was easier to envision like how if it was well placed. You know, I don't know if you guys saw it at the time to see it in the time lapse. Well, I drew a sketch where I drew a stick figure with a camera on top of it and say, okay, we'll see most of the punch and we'll see a bit of the body, and a bit of it. We'll see the punch will be real in the camera, and the rest of the body is gonna be down there. And I managed to capture that. And like I said, once I decide to draw the fist with the actual form of the fist, you know, like with a cube, a box, and everything, things start to make sense now. You know, I'm like, okay, now I can see it. I understand it now, type shit. You know, so yeah, it started to make sense. But now the real struggle start. My biggest struggle with Mario as a character design is that this part of the body, like the torso, like if you look at Mario design, his torso is literally this. Like, I'm gonna draw it in 3/4 for you guys, but this is literally his torso. But as you can see, I didn't draw like that. Like I had the pelvis and everything. So now I need to kind of delete the pelvis without deleting it. Like it's gotta be in. And I always had a hard time to draw Mario because of that. Like I can draw his head perfectly fine. I can draw his hands perfectly fine. His cap, questionable, but his torso, man, it's something else. And it doesn't help the fact that he's chubby, because since he's chubby, it's really concentrated. Like it seems like everything is concentrated here, you know, like this is the pelvis part of Mario. The pelvis is there. I just dissectionate this. Okay, I just cut this body into, but this is actually his body part. So I always had a hard time to draw. But if I drew Luigi's body, it's easier because it's elongated. So I got more space to play with. It's closer to a realistic type of anatomy that I'm used to draw. And this is why I try to practice drawing Mario from time to time. Like sometimes I'll sketch a Mario on the side on my sketchbook, or when I'm sketching something like that, just because I want to practice drawing his dumbass looking torso, because it's so hard for me. I don't know why. It's so simplified, it's hard for me. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna try to replicate this here. So let's see. I'm just gonna do another layer. I'm gonna draw on top of it. I wonder what will be the new mechanic or the new setting of the next Mario game. If it will be something that's as interesting as Mario Odyssey, because I feel like Mario Odyssey was really something fresh for the Mario series. Because I'm not gonna lie, I got tired of the new Super Mario Bros. Series. Like, yes, the new Super Mario Bros. Series always introduce something new, but the concept is the same, you know. So I got tired of it. Though the Mario Wonder, the one that came out on Nintendo Switch recently. I say recently, but I think it was last year or 2 years ago. I don't remember. I didn't keep up with it. I plan to try it once at least, but it's just that's not a priority game for me, because as you know, I mostly play JRPGs. If it's not a JRPG, there's a low chance I'm gonna touch the game. A really low chance I'm gonna play it. But I'm always up for new Mario RPG stuff. Always. I'm literally adding in details right now. Alright, okay. So that's it for the base. Now we can add it up, because after that, if I'm trying to add other things, it's just me drawing details on the base instead of making making another layer to draw what I need. So yeah, so I'm gonna draw everything clean on another layer. I'm gonna save real quick, and yeah, for this part it's gonna be a time lapse, because you know, it's gonna take time, and we gotta lock in. Just go lower opacity, and yeah, so I'm gonna be back once the detail are gone, detail are done, and I'll see if I'm gonna actual ink it, color edit all this stuff live on video with you guys, and yeah. So I'll be right back after the time lapse. back from the time lapse. Damn, an hour 20 minutes. That's crazy. Yeah, I definitely gonna cut some part of the video because I'm pretty sure I was happening too much. So yeah, so I did 2 sketches. Well, I did 2. I just tweaked the way I positioned the punch, the fist of Mario in those 2 sketches. So one it's more closer to the head, and one it's really like outside. And the reason why I decided to tweak it is because I remember last year I did an illustration, a sketch of a character, and I did something similar where the hand was closer to the camera, the hand was up like this. I think it was raising their hand, and it was like really like, you know, big, and the rest of the body was small. You know, just because I wanted to create a foreshortening and whatchamacallit, like I wanted to really show like their hand is really into the camera, and that made me. And I remember I got a critique on that. It said like, oh, when you're doing things like this, it's better that you have the element close to the camera, like, you know, overlapping with objects, so it can create really that effect of perspective, that foreshortening that you're looking for. And then this is why I decided to tweak the hand and make it closer to the head, that it's overlapping Mario's head like this. So now it feels really like it's, you know, well, I mean, it's a bit clunky. It's not perfect. I'm pretty sure I can make it better. I think I'm gonna make a second pass. And also, like, there's things I'm not satisfied with, like the eyes, the way I drew the eyes, the nose as well. I'm not satisfied with those things. But one thing for sure is that I'm gaining a better understanding on how to, compose the human body, or how to draw the human body, and also think about the action of the pose, on how I want to position the character and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna make some tweaking here and there, but that will be something I'll do off video. Well, it's gonna be the video for you guys, but for me it's gonna be off video. So it's just gonna be a time lapse for the rest of the video of me finishing the illustration. And yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in the pre-animation school training arc. Like always, you know, leave a like and subscribe to the channel to not miss any of my videos. I upload every Friday afternoon. And also, you can join the Discord. The link in the description box below. This is where I'm the most active. This is where you can reach me out more easily. And also, you can share your own artworks if you're looking to share with other artists. You know, want to have some critique, have feedback, or just share your journey in general with us. Feel free to join Discord. We are really really helpful with each other and supportive at each other's journeys. So yeah, don't hesitate to join Discord. And yeah, I'll let you guys go. Enjoy your weekend, and like always, take some break, but not slack. No, wait. Oh man, how the fuck I fumbled that? Keep grinding, take some break, and don't slack. And yeah, I'll see you guys on my next video. All right, peace. Actually, enjoy the time lapse.